Are you tired of being around people who just don't get you? Have you been putting yourself out there but not able to find anybody that matches your vibe? You're not alone. Making friends, especially as an adult, is hard. My name's Coach Lee. I'm a social connections coach, and I want to help you find your tribe. I have a 3-step coaching program for groups and individuals that's designed to help you get to the right place, to meet the right people, to have the right kind of conversations that leave you feeling fulfilled, appreciated, and understood. After going through the Find Your Tribe coaching program, you'll discover who it is that you really want to be connected to, how to find those people, and what you need to talk about so that your relationship moves from an acquaintanceship to a close friendship. And with this program, you won't be on this journey alone. You'll have access to a private community in which there are others who are just as intentional about making the kind of connections you are. You'll also have access to live events like weekly Q&As, speed friending, and much more. You'll be able to practice your skills in a safe environment and feel confident to connect authentically when you get out into the real world. If you're ready to get started on making meaningful connections and lasting relationships, then apply to the coaching program by using the link in the show notes. Hey, what's going on? My name is Coach Lee Hopkins. My pronouns are he, him, his, and you're listening to the Patterns of Possibility podcast. This is a podcast dedicated to helping you replace harmful patterns with new possibilities. In each episode, we'll explore topics that inspire you to be yourself, live your truth, and make lasting connections. In this episode, we're going to explore what it means to not care about things, people, ideas, places, whatever, having your own autonomy. I don't think that it's good advice to not care about what other people think. I believe that you should consider it, and there's a difference. We're going to talk about it and how consideration will really help your relationships while not caring is really going to hurt it. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, so when you're recovering from the people-pleasing phase, you start to come into your authentic self and you really start to make an effort to protect your boundaries. You're like, I'm not listening to you. I don't care about that. I'm going to do whatever I feel the way I want to, and I'm just going to run around not caring about people's feelings. I don't care about your opinions. I'm going to do things my way. And if you don't like it, then you get out of my life. Go, goodbye, gone. I understand that. I mean, there's a newness to your boundaries and you're really learning how they work. And so anybody who bumps up against you doesn't feel good. It automatically triggers this experience, returning to this experience that you didn't want, where you're people pleasing, you were giving up your space, and you were really focused, and you took special care in what other people said to you. And you took so much care into what people said to you that you would adjust your feelings, your actions, you would adjust your behaviors, you would adjust everything based on how somebody felt. So obviously, I mean, you got to swing back the other way. If you care so much, the pendulum swings way back. I don't care at all. But there's something in between, and I think it's consideration. It's consideration, because when you're here and you're in the stage where you don't care, you say you don't care. Of course, it makes sense that you would be there. You've been listening to others for your entire life, and it's gotten you nothing but frustrations and fake relationships. Fake, fake, fake. So now, if you just start being yourself, you can get real relationships. But essentially, you just moved into a really protective mode here, and you really start pushing people away. If you adopt this I don't care mindset to protect everything, to protect your thoughts and feelings from being contaminated essentially by other people, you are going to leave out a lot of things. You're going to hurt people, and you're not going to notice that they were hurt by your actions. And you're just trying to be safe. You're just trying to be safe and not let people in that hurt you. But people who genuinely want to help and support you, you can't recognize them. You just push them away. How dare you? How dare you tell me, get out of here with your ideas. Get out of here with your however I behave. I don't care. I do what I want. I do what I want. Whatever. So you hurt people when you say, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. But you do have to protect yourself, okay? Everybody is not entitled to tell you how to do anything. They only get to suggest. They only get to suggest and you consider. And this is where I think that considering is really important. Because you also, you're out there and you might be shutting people out and dismissing anyone whose, thoughts and feelings don't match yours, and you'll be lonely. You're just essentially pushing everybody away. You say things like, well, everyone is just a hater, they're just jealous, or they can't use me anymore. That may be true for some people, but you have to do a careful analysis to understand who is and who really isn't. If you take in consideration, you check their behaviors. This is what consideration is. So you check their behaviors against what you really want and how you really feel. It's not an automatic dismissal. You take some thoughts into it. You see their point of view and see some understanding. And what I like to do for consideration is I always am looking to see if the actions that I'm about to take benefit me. I'm always looking for some angle in which it benefits me. And benefits me, it makes me a better person, or how does it feel to me? Does it feel a way that I want it to feel? If they ask me to do something and I'm completely exhausted, and if I don't do it, they get angry at me, am I going to be moved by that? Well, no, because I'm considering my feelings over theirs. I don't consider that their feelings are more important than mine. I consider mine over that. And a person who wouldn't care would probably be like, yeah, I'm just not doing that. I don't care. But it could be a friend that you might want to consider. Well, of course, they can deal with their anger however they're going to, but if you really wanted to support them, maybe they were feeling differently. Maybe it wasn't anger. Maybe it was despair, and you wanted to help support them in their time of despair. And even though you were exhausted, you would consider that. If you didn't care, then you'd be like, well, I don't care about you. I don't care. And that's the impact that you would have on them. It's all up to you to decide whether you want to do this or not. Really, it is. What I'm suggesting is that, well, I'm hoping that you would consider is that when you demonstrate that you don't care, or you throw around this idea, you're still just in a reactive phase. Instead of trying to bring people together or bring people towards you with thinking about how they might feel and trying to help them feel more pleasant, you just don't pay attention and you react. You're just like, nope, nope. But they could be saying something to you that could be beneficial, that maybe you can help with, that you really do want to, instead of just reacting to a situation. So I think there's a careful balance when it comes to keeping your boundaries and connecting with others, because we need others in our lives to provide support. We need them to provide comfort and connection, and you won't get that by pushing people out, by showing them that you do not care about their feelings. Because if you continue to do that, you look and behave just like those people who took all the energy away from you and who you tried to please. They're not paying attention to you and your feelings, and you're not paying attention to other people and their feelings. You're essentially having the same kind of impact. You're just repelling people rather than trying to bring them towards you. So I just want you to consider that, and maybe you can consider other people's feelings rather than trying to care for them. Because when you care for others' feelings, you might adjust your actions and behaviors according to what they want. You might try to anticipate their needs or something like that. But on the other hand, when you consider another person's feelings, you will allow them to express their feelings, and then you would reflect inward and think about what you like to do. You would not try to anticipate their needs. That's the biggest difference between caring for somebody and consideration. Like caring about their needs and consideration, in my opinion, by my definition. You would not try to anticipate their needs if you would consider it. You would ask for clarification and then trust their answer. It's really important to note that when you consider the boundaries, it's really a consideration, okay? You would not simply adjust because they wanted you. If you would adjust at all, it is only and only because you carefully considered it. You are empowered. You are not reacting. You are not running. You are just carefully considering. I'll be right back with the answer Reddit question. Hey, this is Coach Lee Hopkins here. I just want to let you know that you're awesome and your feelings matter. I know the holidays are fast approaching, and if you're going home to a family to be surrounded by people who don't believe that your feelings matter, and you constantly get caught up in the fighting and the frustrations, the woulda, coulda, shouldas, the obligations that you have with family, I want to empower you to break those generational patterns of disdain and distrust. On October 9th, for 4 weeks, I will be releasing content from my masterclass, Friends with Family. This content from Friends with Family is going to help you develop skills to be more grounded in yourself so that you can actually connect with your family. By the end of the 4 weeks, you are going to learn to create more connecting and curious conversations. You'll also learn how to navigate high drama topics without getting drawn into a conflict. Now, this course is not going to fix deep-seated problems that you might have with your family members, and it won't heal any traumas that you've experienced. It's going to help you communicate more authentically, to empower you to have regular conversations and actually connect with your family. Each week, I'm going to release a video for you to watch on demand as you want, and then I will be answering questions on a live Q&A on the coming Friday. If this interests you, it's absolutely free to join, absolutely free to follow along. There's no obligation. It's my sincere hope that more of us out there who are breaking those generational patterns to not just stop the pain from moving forward, but to really become friends with our family. If you want to be a part of this, we start October 9th. Check the link in the show notes. All right, now it's time for the Reddit friendship advice question. If you have a friendship advice question that you think I should answer, tag me in it on Reddit. My handle is Brilliant and Resilient. That's Brilliant, the letter N, Resilient. How to bring up an uncomfortable topic with a friend. Long story short, I started chatting with an old best friend forever about 3 months ago. For the most part, we have been texting each other every day or every other day. Prior to that, we didn't talk to each other for like 8 years. And we're both 30-year-old females. So listen, a couple of weeks ago, I'd end up having her over for dinner and drinks, or movies and drinks. I ended up bringing up a sensitive situation that happened to me a while back. She ended up comparing my situation to something completely different, and now it just makes me feel very uncomfortable. At the time, I didn't know what to say and was flabbergasted with what she said, and I immediately regretted opening up to her. Now, anything that was good in our friendship over the past couple of months is now overcast with this conversation. I'm not sure how to bring it up to her, but I feel like I need to bring it up again because what she said was just not okay. If you have any tips on how to bring up something highly sensitive and uncomfortable, please let me know. I hate confrontation. Thanks. All right, Redditor, thank you so much for posting this. I mean, I think it's pretty dope that you tried to rekindle your relationship or your friendship with this person that you've known that said you're 30 years old and you've known them 8 years ago. So you were in your early 20s. You somehow came back and connected with each other. That's pretty cool. I hear that you were disappointed and unsupported by your friend because however you shared something deep with them, they took it in a way that, didn't feel good to you. They said something that wasn't okay. So I'm curious about the details because I'm like, ooh, juicy. But it is really, really well written the way you put this out here. But anyway, I wanted to share with you that I think that it's really great that you want to consider, their feelings and share with them, but it's nice that you consider. It's like you're taking into consideration how they might feel about it, but you definitely are focused on you and making sure that you get heard. And I think that's really a key to the relationship is that you express yourself and let them respond however they're going to respond. But you're looking for a way to do it in a way that is not like, intentionally harmful or just inconsiderate. And so that's why I picked this for this episode is because, it seems like you're being considerate and it's not like, oh, I don't care. They need to hear how I feel. It's more like the purpose of communication in the first place is to be able to tell people about your experiences and have them hear it and have them really know it, because that's why we communicate in the first place. We want people to know about us. We want people to know something, so we open up our mouths and we say it. We want people to know something, so we wear our favorite t-shirt with our favorite band on it or something like that. We want them to know that we like this stuff. So you want to do it in a way for people to really clearly understand you. And so you're trying to tell this to your friend. You're wanting to talk to him. And I recommend that you open up with something soft, because you don't like confrontation. This is for you. You don't like confrontation. It feels uncomfortable to you. So you want to be able to talk to them and open it and feel like you are comfortable with it. Not anxious, not worried about what's going on with you, but it feels good to you to be soft and open and say, hey, this has been on my mind. I'd love to chat with you about this. I want to and set the stage and talk about that particular event. So get some permission and buy-in. Say, hey, can you talk to me about this? I would love to share this with you. I have some thoughts. Something nice, so you're not, so you're not surprising them or blindsiding them with this. They get to prepare a bit emotionally for that experience to return to it. All right, so this is going to help with the confrontation piece. Hey, this happened. It's been on my mind that I want to chat with you about it. I want to talk to you about it. And then you describe the experience. I usually say my feeling. I definitely have to say a feeling in that. That's all I always talk about, is talking about your feeling. So you want to express your feeling, whatever that feeling was: disappointed, unsupported, hurt, whatever it is. Try to just choose one, because it's easier to focus on one. There may be many, but just try to choose one. So you tell them that when the experience, whatever it was, when I opened up to you, I felt unsupported because of what you said. The words that you said. You went and you described the story, and maybe you were trying to relate to me, but I don't feel heard, understood. And there seems to be a little bit more there too, about not just the fact that they tried to relate to you and couldn't, but how they tried to relate to you, or the story that they told was more unsettling than the fact that they tried to relate to you and messed it up, like how they related to you. I hope that makes sense to you, but I think there's another level to this where it's like the method in which they tried to relate to you by telling a story related to them. It would have been forgivable and understandable, but it was the story itself, whatever they said in the story, that messed you up. It's like you probably could have said they probably would have said something like, girl, I had that experience too. And you would have been like, oh, I kind of feel unheard, but it's not that bad. We can have a conversation about it. But the story that they said was so outrageous and egregious that you just have to be like, whoa, how are you even trying to relate this to me? What are you talking about? This is nothing like what my experience is. And what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? That's the kind of energy that I got from this letter, that there's like, whoa, it's just not okay with what they said, not how they delivered it. In that case, that's a different kind of story. Like saying that, confronting them and saying, or sharing with them your real feelings about how you felt unsupported. Okay, hey friend, I felt unsupported by you trying to relate to me with this random story. But furthermore, the story that you told me was wild, it was crazy. It had me really thinking about my friendship with you. And I wonder if there's something there for you. I wonder if there's she revealed something about herself that you just can't handle or don't like. And even in this conversation, I definitely recommend that you have it with her. But even if it's conversation, when you tell her about how you feel, after this conversation, you'd be like, wow, I didn't realize you changed so much. You were like a person I don't know. Like, you showed me something real deep in your story, and we can't be friends. I just wonder, that could be something to ponder upon with you and your story. But I definitely recommend, of course, that you share. I'm really glad that you want to share in the first place. You're considering their feelings, but you're not trying to care for them. You're not trying to anticipate what they might think and feel all the way through, in so much that you don't express you. You always express you and let other people respond. So, yeah. Redditor, thank you so much for asking your question. I know that you didn't ask me to answer it, but I did, and I hope that it helps. Best of luck to you. Take care. My name is Coach Lee Hopkins, and you have been listening to the Patterns of Possibility podcast. You can find me at patternsofpossibility.com and on all social media at Patterns of Possibility. And as always, I want to encourage you to be yourself, live your truth, and there you'll make lasting friendships.